X-Play, TV's most watched video game show.
Today on X-Play, we review FIFA Street 3 and find out if this soccer franchise's return scores big. In today's Cheat, we dive into Turok and give you all the training needed to help you bring down the sinister MG Corporation. And racing gets redefined in Wipeout Pulse. Check out our review of this fast-paced, long-awaited PSP sequel. Start your engines. It's game time.
Hello and welcome to X-Play, the world's first steam-powered video game show. I'm Adam Sessler.
And I'm Kristen Holt, filling in for Morgan Webb. We're coming to you from the G4 studios in Los Angeles on Wednesday, February 27th.
On today's show, we have a whole slew of reviews for you, including Dark Messiah, Might and Magic, and FIFA Street. Plus, Kristen's got a Turok cheat that will prevent you from going extinct. But first, let's get her out of here so she can give you all of today's top headlines in today's gaming update.
Thanks, Adam. We have more good news for PlayStation 3 owners and Metal Gear fans. Metal Gear Solid 4 will launch with a Metal Gear Online starter pack to give fans a taste of stealthy online action. Even better, though, gamers who pre-order Guns of the Patriots will have guaranteed access to a multiplayer beta test for Metal Gear Online this April. When finished, the game will feature online action with up to 16 players. Outside of EA's $2 billion bid, a few new developments regarding Take-Two Interactive have popped up. According to the Wall Street Journal, an investment firm that runs Take-Two Interactive recently reached an agreement with its board of members that would award major compensation to Strauss Zelnick, the chief executive of Take-Two, as well as other executives. The compensation package still has to be approved by Take-Two stockholders, but if the publisher is acquired by another company, Zelnick Media will reap the rewards. That doesn't sound fishy at all. And finally, Sony recently announced that a limited edition God of War PSP pack would hit store shelves this June with a price tag of $200. The pack will include a copy of God of War Chains of Olympus, a voucher to download Siphon Filter Combat Ops from the PlayStation Store, and a UMD copy of the film Superbad. The so-called Deep Red PSP features a silkscreen Kratos on the back of the PSP, similar to the white Darth Vader PSP that was released last year. So where's our silkscreen PS3, Sony? That's all for today's gaming update. Be sure to visit us on the web at g4tv.com/xplay to continue getting all of today's up-to-the-minute video game news. But now let's go over to Adam, who has our first of 3 reviews.
Thank you, Kristen. Now, back in the old days, gamers would feel taking a break for a few of those commercials you've been hearing so much about. We'll be right back. Sit tight.
I'm Juno McGuff, and my ego was Prego in that movie that made like $100 million. I'm a Junai warrior, and I'll totally be your tank girl. Warcraft is totally wizard, until you have a bunch of horde bitches trying to gank your Onyxia raid. Jeez, Papaya, shut your freaking gob. Can't a girl plus fetus slay a dragon in peace? Sorry, folks. I've got to go help Twinkleaker's gnome so it'll be cooler than Dino Riders. I'm Juno McGuff, and I'm a Draenei warrior. What's your game?
World of Warcraft. It has a better vocabulary than you, and is 10 times more sardonic.
Coming up on X-Play, Kristen Holt shows you how to survive one of Turok's most dangerous shootouts. Plus, feel the need for speed in our review of the futuristic hypnotic race, Wipeout Pulse. Then, for all you RPG fans out there, we'll preview the strange world of Okuda for the week. This portion of X-Play is presented by Verizon Wireless.
I always took it.
Welcome back to X-Play. In the new Turok, dinosaurs aren't your only problem. There's also the wolf pack, MG Corp soldiers, and psoriasis. Kristen has a cheat that will help you survive one of the more furious firefights between you and the world's most dangerous game.
Thanks, Adam. Love in an elevator? This level is not. Once you're in the MG facility, the fun begins, and this is how you can come out on top. In order to get through the elevator area in Turok, there's a few things you might want to know beforehand. First, when Slade kicks the computer to start the elevator, go to the computer terminal on the other side. If you look to the right, you'll see some crates. With your back to the crate, face towards the unmanned computer and duck. For the love of God, do not move from this spot. From time to time, some MG soldiers will appear on the catwalks above you, but you'll have more than enough time to take them out. Just stay put as you fire. When the elevator stops halfway up, start killing. Shoot everyone in sight. Then make your way upstairs and blow up the control panel. And don't forget to kill all the new soldiers that appear before hopping back on that elevator. Now, go back to the computer that Slade originally kicked. Again, look to the right, put your back to those crates, and duck. As more soldiers appear, keep firing away. Near the top, 2 soldiers will emerge from a door directly in front of you. Shoot them. And on your way up, you'll encounter 3 more soldiers that you need to kill. 1 on the right, 1 on the left, and finally, 1 straight ahead. Now that you've made it out in one piece, you can relax and bask in the glory of a job well done. That certainly redefines the term elevator action. Be sure to check out g4tv.com/cheat for the latest tips and tricks. Right now, I'm going to send it back over to Adam.
Thank you, Christian. Well, Joseph Turok isn't the only Native American protagonist to grace our gaming screens in recent history. In today's X List, we take a look at the top 5 games that feature Native American characters.
At number 5 is Mortal Kombat Deception, which features Nightwolf. Mortal Kombat 3 was the character's first appearance, and he's been exploited across various forms of media ever since.
At number 4 is Street Fighter II's T-Hawk, otherwise known as Thunderhawk when filing his tax forms. He's basically the Native American Zangief minus the Kami. Now, number 3 brings us Domasi Tawodi, a.k.a. Tommy from Prey. If you get motion sickness or vertigo, you might want to check out a different game.
Number 2 is Turok, warrior from another time. Space Marine, well, the details are insignificant as long as there are nasty dinosaur kills. And our number 1 game is Shadow Hearts from the New World. We're a sucker for RPGs that feature Elliot Ness and makes girls undress when they cast spells. Genius.
Now, although soccer is the least popular...
When X-Play returns, break out the trance. We review Wipeout Pulse for the PSP. But first, let's take a look at who the top Axemen are in today's leaderboard. Here's the best in Guitar Hero 3 playing career mode on hard.
Floating around that Cryptic Studios canceled the Marvel MMO for Xbox 360. Do you know if this is true? And if so, does that kill any hope for a decent MMO ever coming to a console system?
Welcome back to X-Play, and thank you for your question, Mac Morg. Sorry to pee on your roses, but it's not a rumor. That game has been canceled. There will not be the Marvel MMO. But to answer the second part of your question, we know there will be some console MMOs, like Age of Conan, which we're very, very excited about. Now, the same company that was working on the Marvel game is working on Champions Online. It's the same team. It pretty much will be a similar MMO, but it won't have the Marvel license. Now, right now, though, if you really want to play an MMO on a console, you got Final Fantasy XI. Let's go over to Kristen.
I, for one, can't wait for the year. When X-Play returns, we have a preview of the RPG Opuna for the Wii, but first, it's time for a little X-Play trivia.
What upcoming Azerothian holiday sends players on a search for painted eggs? Is it Noble Garden, Children's Week, or Lunar Festival? Find out the answer right after this.
My name is Daniel Plainview. If I said I was a World of Warcraft man, you would agree. I have an orc hunter leveling up in Angoro Crater, and I had to see about it. You're an afterbirth, you dwarven swine! collection of honor points under our feet. No one can get at it except for me. I drink it up! I'm Daniel Plainview, and I'm an orc hunter. What's your game?
World of Warcraft, the #1 online game. Try it for free at warcraft.com.
Milkshake!
The Batsubo as a G4 podcast. Before the break, we asked you what upcoming holiday in Azeroth sends players on a search for painted eggs. The answer is A, Noble Garden. With so many people in Warcraft, expect this to be a bank holiday in the near future.
Welcome back to X-Play. Your show.
The voices in my head are telling me that it's time for Next Play Replay. Thank goodness. They stopped trying to get me to light fires. On today's show, we review Dark Messiah Might and Magic Elements for the 360. This port actually managed to get worse coming to the consoles. 2 stars for this Dark Messiah.
We also reviewed FIFA Street 3. It only puts 2 points on our board. And finally, we saw Wipeout Pulse. The futuristic racer crosses the finish line with 4 stars out of 5.
All right, we're out of time today, but be sure to join us again tomorrow at 8 for another all-new X-Play. On tomorrow's show, we review Dragon Quest Swords, the Masked Queen, and the Tower of Mirrors. Square Enix come up with shorter titles.
Please, Mr. Sark will come by for his latest gamer challenge. Plus, we'll have an exclusive hands-on look at Dark Sector. We'll debut a never-before-seen level right here on the show.
Plus, we've got an interview with Jonathan Colton, the man behind Portal's infamous theme song, Still Alive.
Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.